Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Yes, my name is Chisom Moma. I'm a YouTuber based in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. If this is your first time of stopping by, you're welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for sticking around. Yeah, have you guys been like, I don't think I asked this like often. Like, have you been? How did you celebrate your Christmas, your New Year? How did you celebrate or spend your holiday, like generally? I hope you had loads of fun. I hope you celebrated with family, loved ones, and I hope you are in good health. Like, it's so good to have you guys here in 2024. Like, I pray that this new year brings you like all that you hope and dream of, and I pray that all your dreams and aspirations are met in this 2024. So in today's video, I'll be talking to you guys about interesting things or my first impression about Canada, like things that I've observed so far that have been here. Like, yes, and basically this video will be like yeah, it's for Canada, but at the same time I'm going to try to limit it to Windsor, because I'm actually based in Windsor, and Windsor is the only place that I've been to in Canada. So let's get right into this. So my first impression or reaction was the weather. Yes, like from what I've read and from what I've heard people talk about, like Canada, like people always say that it is very cold. Like Canada is cold. Like I've had friends that have relocated to the UK, but I don't think I have like close friends that have relocated to Canada. But everybody keeps saying that UK is cold, but Canada is colder. I didn't take it seriously, but on getting here, I realized that Canada is actually cold. But do you know the interesting thing about this place? Inside your house is warm. Like you won't even know that outside is cold. Like the interesting part of it is that there is heater. Like, and good thing about it is some houses come with like your rents, your eating appliances, or your heater, your gas, everything is like attached to your rent. So once you pay your rent, you can use all these things without having to worry about them or the amount that you have to pay later. So the interesting part of it was inside is really warm. If I'm wearing like a thick clothing, it's because yes, I came to Canada with thick clothes or that I got thick clothes here just because I have to go outside, you get what I mean. But like basically speaking, inside is warm, outside is cold. So that's really very interesting thing to note. The thing I've also observed here is that pedestrians, like people walking on the road, usually have right of way. Like whether they are crossing or they are just walking by, like you have to always acknowledge the fact that they are on the road. Like you can't just drive anyhow, or you can't even lash out at them even when they are crawling on the road. Like you have to allow them to finish whatever business they have on the road before you can pass. That's if you are driving, of course. So here it's not like back at home that where they look at you, like when you're trekking or you're walking, they look at you like this one they trek, or like why is it trekking? Like here, like nobody looks down on anybody, whether you're trekking or you're driving. They give right of way to pedestrians. Like pedestrians can just catwalk on the road while they are crossing, and you have to wait whether you like it or not, whether you are in a hurry or not. So far you are not in an ambulance or there's no emergency, you have to wait. So that's another interesting thing I found out about them. Then another thing I also found interesting is that for the people, yes, Canadians are very nice people. I said that. Yes, they are nice. Like, I don't know, judging from I don't even know what to tag as nice or what to describe as nice, but so far so good. I've been here. My relationship with my neighbors has been great. Like, they're Canadians, they are indigens, and I would use them like as a yardstick to measuring like the whole population. They've been very receptive, they've been very accommodating, like they've been very, very good to us. And I can say from, from my relationships with them that they are actually nice and wonderful people. Let me shock you. Do you know that Christmas Day, like, we had like kind of like a buffet? They just invited us over for a buffet. We went and we came back with plenty of gifts. Like, it was that good. So I can say that they are nice people, and they are good people, and they are very receptive. Another thing to note is that here they know how to begin a conversation. Like, they don't need to know you, like they could just start talking to you, like engaging you like immediately, and you find yourself, even if you are not the talking type, you find yourself like talking and talking and talking. I think what they call it here is small talks. Yes, like they know how to really interact. Like, they can just keep you engaged in a conversation, and before you know it you start talking. It's interesting, no doubt, but sometimes it can be boring. Like, those times that you don't want to talk, or you just want to be by yourself, but somebody is just by your side, poking you with questions, trying to engage you and all that. But generally, I think that is cool and that's nice about them. Then another thing that I found interesting here is that these people are givers. Like, they give a lot. Like, it's not like they give you things that they don't need again, or just trash, or they give with their whole heart. Like, they are givers, they give a lot. Like, from relief to free gifts to, I don't name it, like they give a lot. Like, this Christmas, people volunteered to, share stuff to families so far that you've registered for it, and trust me, they will bring it to your doorstep. So that's like a plus for them. That's really nice of them. So another thing I found interesting here is that after shopping at the mall, yes, like once you're done shopping, there are like two places you could pay for. You could pay with the cashier, or you can check out yourself. Like, that was the first thing, or sorry, that was the first time, like, I actually saw where you could check out stuff that you bought by yourself. Like, who does that? Like, what if somebody, shoplifts something, or what if somebody, like, hides part of the things they bought without, checking it out. Like, it was really, really interesting for me to, to see, like, how can you just finish buying stuff and you do self checkout? Like, you check out yourself and you slot in your card and you pay and you leave. Like, it was really interesting for me to see. Another thing I found interesting here is that here they generally greet you with hi, hello, hi. Like, everybody is hi and helloing. But at the same time, some people say good morning, like on rare occasions, or good day, whatever, time of the day it might be. But usually they just say hi, hello, hi, hello, and then they start with their small talks, like I explained earlier. So another thing I found interesting here is that their aged people look, or seem to look, or they appear to look stronger and healthier. Like you could see somebody in their 70s, 80, and they'll be walking about like doing things by themselves. Like they look very, very strong. And I feel like, not like I feel like, I think statistically they have like a longer life expectancy here. Here, the way they work, like the way they work is very different from how we work back at home. Even for the old people, you discover that their old people could even take up jobs that young persons, like, can do, kind of, because of how strong they are. Maybe I would, try and liken that reason to their good healthcare system. Yes, they have a very good care health system. They have good drugs. They have good medical team. So all these things. They have government that funds their hospital, their health sector, and all that. So all these things could be factor that improves their standard of living, their health in general. Yes, because back at home, 70, 80, they're already retired, they're already resting and all that. Shocking thing or interesting thing was that one day I was at the mall. The lady that, it's not even a lady, it was she was old. Not old like fragile or aged, but give or take, she should be in her 70s. She was on her feet, and here they stand on their feet to work. Like you can stand 8 hours and do the work. And she was on her feet checking out items for people, and it was really, really interesting for me to watch. Like I couldn't relate to it because back at home, at that age, come on, you should be carrying grandbabies and you should be resting and relaxing. So it was really, really interesting to watch. So another thing I found interesting here is that it doesn't get like bright easily or early in the mornings, and it gets dark like pretty earlier. Let me explain. For mornings, you could wake up by 8 and you would feel like you're still in 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. Like everywhere will still be dark, kind of like 8 o'clock. Everywhere is supposed to be bright. Sometimes there should be sun, depending on where you're coming from. But where I am coming from, like 8 a.m. is no broad daylight, like everywhere is bright. But here, it's usually dark. Then as early as 4 p.m. in the evening, everywhere is already dark. Like it's already dark, like it's 7 p.m. in the evening. So it was really interesting for me. Yes, like it wasn't something that I was used to. I remember when I came in newly at it was just 8 a.m. or say to 8 in the morning, and I woke up. I was like, it seemed like I woke up too early, only for me to check the time. And I was thinking it would be like say 5:30 to 6 thereabout, but surprisingly it was to 8. And I was like, I had overslept. How come? I've been sleeping for so long. So it's easy for you to oversleep. Yes, especially when you are new here. Then for the weather, I don't think I emphasized very well on this weather. Like weather is really, really cold. Like it's cold. Like they say, there is no bad weather. You only have like bad or poor clothing. If you're properly clothed, I don't think you would even feel like very cold outside. If you wear the proper clothing, trust me, you'll be very, very warm. So if you're worried about the weather that you can't, trust me, I used to be very, very cold. Like even when I was in Nigeria is a very hot place. Like yes, it is hot, but I used to be very cold, and I was thinking that it will be difficult for me to adjust. But yeah, I'm already adjusting. So if I can adjust, everybody can adjust, trust me. Another interesting thing like I found out about here is that in church they do not tie their hair. Like they don't wrap their hair in like in a scarf or head tie. Like people just pack their hair and go to church, kind of like. And for their dressing, people dress casually. Like, you know, it's not like what we have back at home, that you are all dressy and, you know, all looking pink and all that. Here people just dress in their normal, it could even be a work clothes, and they do not tie their head for the ladies. So it was very interesting, kind of, for me, that's, you know, moved over here with some of my scarf and hair tie. Here now I don't have need for them because, you know, nobody ties their head here. So next thing I found interesting is cars here. Like people that drive do not use their horn. Yes, they don't honk. Like somebody might just be driving anyhow, or even crawling on the road, like literally crawling, and you have to, you know, wait it out for them. You have to be patient, kind of. Like on rare occasions I've heard like a car, like, you know, horn at somebody or horn at like another vehicle. Like everybody's patient. Their patient level here is on another level. Maybe that's just the best way to put it. Okay, so I just want to, you know, wrap this video up by, you know, sharing or giving my 2 cents, or sharing my opinion about Windsor, like what I think about this place, like what it is like, and what you should expect. This is my own opinion. It could be different for other people, but in my opinion, the first thing I noticed about here is that it is quiet. Yes, like it is very, very, very quiet. Somebody even described it like it seemed like a ghost town. Like they are very quiet. Noise level is, you know, to the barest minimum. First thing I observed again was there was a time we went for a convocation, and they were playing music, yes, with some big speakers that I saw by the side. But you know that once you left that environment, you would literally not hear any sound. It wasn't like they were in a building, like you would say that this building or this room was soundproofed. No, this was in an open space, but the music or the speaker, they were just very low. And I'm like, what's the use of these speakers when you cannot, you know, bust? You know what I mean? So like it's really, really a very quiet place. Another thing I hear is that they share kind of like a border with Detroit in US. So there's the Detroit River in Windsor, which is like a very nice place to be. It has nice view. You can go there to relax, you can go there to unwind. It's really, really beautiful to watch and to see. I also observed here is that they do not have high-rise buildings. Yes, like, you know, from what I'd seen on movies and what expectations that I generally had, like, you know, all these movies, foreign movies that you watch, and you see high-rise buildings, you see like structures and all that. Trust me, it wasn't what I thought. Maybe it's because it is Windsor. Like Windsor is kind of conserved. It's a small city, so I was told that where you find those, you know, high-rise buildings and those big and sophisticated buildings are in Toronto. But here in Windsor, it was just normal. Like it wasn't the idea or what I thought about abroad, kind of. That's not what I met or what I saw. But in all, it is actually a very beautiful place. Like it is fine, like fine. It is calm, it is neat, and it is very, very organized. And I think all those things, you know, already tick my box. For rent, I feel like rent is really expensive here. Yes, like it's very, very expensive here. rent that you can, money that you can use to pay for rent. I'm not trying to compare, but come on, it is very expensive. Let me not even, paint it. It is expensive. Then for food stuff is relatively affordable. Yes, if you even do, like, if you work a minimum wage job, you can afford to eat like good meal, 3 square good meal in a day, and which is a plus. It means that you are doing fine. You don't need to, work your ass off just to put food on your table. Okay guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching today's video. I hope you subscribe. Yes, please subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment down below, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to put on the bell notification so that you get notified. You'll be the first to get notified each time I upload a new video. Thank you for watching again, and I'll see you guys in my next upload. Bye.